When you create new projects in RoboHelp 9, they're based on project types, even if it's a new blank project. Certain default settings are set for you, but you can change those. That's what we're going to talk about right now as we continue to work with how to use our LDC project here. So first of all, on the title bar, you will notice the name of the project itself, how to use LDC. We know what that means, lynda.com, but when people view our finished product, our help system, what are they going to see on their title bar? Well, that's the project title. That's one of those settings that can be changed. Also, the layout. If we look down in our single source layouts pod, because we base this on a web app help project type, you'll notice the primary layout was set for us by default to WebHelp, and that's ideal for this particular project, but it too can be changed. To do this, click File, then select Project Settings. Control-Shift and the slash is your keyboard shortcut. And here's where you'll see under the General tab our project title, how to use LDC. By default, it's set up the same as our project name. So in this case, we might want to change what viewers will see on their title bar, how to use, how about lynda.com, so it's clear. And then down below that, the primary output, which was set by default to WebHelp, can be changed as well. Click the drop down. You'll see the same selections that you see in your single source layouts pod. So if, for example, if you wanted the primary output to be Microsoft HTML help, you can do that. Doesn't mean it's the only option, it's just the primary output, and that's what everything you create in your project will be based on. Let's switch that back to WebHelp. The language or default language can also be changed. If you're seeing English US, it's based on your installation and where you are. I'm in Canada, and I'm going to change this to a different version of English, the UK version. And this will come in handy when I start doing spell checking, for example, where it's going to find words spelled a little bit differently in the two different versions of English. So I'm going to keep mine at English UK. You can choose whatever language you want. Also, there are to-do lists. In the background, you can be setting up a to-do list. These are things that will help you complete your project in an organized fashion. You won't miss a thing if you're managing a to-do list. Click the Manage button and you'll see what's there for you by default. Typically in this order, a first draft, adding the TOC or adding things to a TOC, links, indexing keywords. Look at this all the way down to finalizing and reviewing. These are part of the default to-do list, but notice there is an Add button. You can add things like acquiring assets. And when you press enter, it's there and it's now part of this list. So if you wanted to make changes to it, you could click edit. If you no longer think you need it for this particular project, click delete and it's gone. Click OK and you're back to your project settings. The only other section here in the General tab is under Index. When you add new keywords to a project, by default they go to the index file. If you prefer them to go to your topics, you can choose that. But typically index is a good option for your keywords, and that's going to help you create a nice index with a number of keywords that have been added by you. When you click apply, you apply those changes, click OK, closes everything up, and you're ready to continue working on your project with your new project settings.